equations using successive approximation method. First let's see an example, then let's see the program, C++ program to find the solution of transcendental equations using successive approximations. The theorem which we use to find the solution of a transcendental equation is thus. If f of x is continuous in the interval ab and f of a, f of b have different signs, then the equation have at least one root between x equal to a and x equal to b. So in every method, we are trying to find an a and b such that f of a and f of b have different signs. So we are trying to find this interval in all methods. And let's see how successive approximation algorithm works with an example. So here I am taking the example as f of x equal to x cube plus x square minus 1. So we are going to find the solution of this equation. So first we need to find an a and b such that it provides different signs. So try using different values, that is find f of x with different x values. So first let's take the value f of 0. So substitute 0 in the place of x, that is 0 plus minus 1. So we got the value minus 1 which is less than 0. So take the next interval, that is 1, f of 1. Substitute 1 in the place of x. So we got the value 1 cube plus 1 square minus 1 which is equal to 1 plus 1 minus 1, that is equal to 1. It is a value which is greater than 0. So now we got an a and b such that it produces a minus 1, that is a negative value, and a positive value. That is in the interval 0 and 1 we got a positive value and a negative value of our function f of x equal to x cube plus x square minus 1. So next is we need to find a value g of x, another function. For finding g of x, we will be substituting x cube plus x square minus 1 as rewrite as x cube plus x square minus 1 equal to 0. And we have to form g of x in the form x equal to. So in order to rewrite the equation in the form x equal to, we take all the x values in this left hand side and put x square common factor. So x square, when we take the common factor x square, the term will be x square into, so from here x plus from here 1, then minus 1 equal to 0. We can rewrite the equation in this form. So it will be equal to x square into x plus 1 will be equal to 1. Take the 1 here. And x square is equal to 1 by x plus 1. So x will be equal to 1 by root of x plus 1. So now our equation becomes in the form of x equal to. So this is our g of x. So g of x will be equal to 1 by root of x plus 1. This is our g of x. So in the next iteration, what we will do is, we will substitute, we will find out the value of g of x0, that will be our x1. So x1 will be find out using g of x0. So x0 is the value between the interval 0 and 1. This interval, so we know roots lies between 0 and 1. So we have to take a value x0 which is in the interval 0 and 1. Here I have taken the value of x0 as 0.5. You can take any value. So find the value of g of x0, that is substitute the value of 0.5, x0 0.5 in the equation 1 by root of x plus 1. So 1 by square root of 0.5 plus 1, its value will be evaluated as 0.81649, that is your x1 value. Then find the value of x2, x2 will be equal to g of x1. x1 is the value which we have find out in the previous case. So which is equal to 1 by root of this thing, that is x1 0.81649 plus 1. So we have got the x2 value as 0.74196, that is our x2 value. Then for the next iteration, find the value of x3. x3 will be equal to g of x2. x2 is the value which we find out in the previous step. So replace the value of x with 0.74196 plus 1. So it is evaluated as 0.75427. And when you get stop this iteration as, if say in your question it is saying you need to find a root with a precision up to 3 places, means you have to make this 3 places static, that is 741, now it is 7542. Now see, in the next iteration this 7, here also 7, here also 7, here also 7, that is you have reached an accuracy up to 1. Then in our example we are going to have a precision value up to 4. So in the next, continue with the next iteration. Next iteration you have got 75, here also 75, that is 2 decimal places we have got the precision. Then continue the iteration till you have got a precision up to 4 decimal places. Now see, 75488 in the previous case, and now also we have got 75488, that is we have reached up to 4 decimal places accuracy. Now we can stop the iteration. This is how we will be solving the equation using successive approximation method. That is, for each iteration we will be find outing an x value such that it will produce, we have substituting the g of x0, that is previous the value in the g function, and continue the iteration till we have got an accuracy level which is specified in the question. So hope you understand the algorithm which we are using in successive approximation. Now let's see how we can implement this in a C++ program. So in C++ program, the initial approximations, that is the value of x0 we are entering directly, and each time we will be putting the value of x0 in our equation g of x and find the value of g of x and check whether the g of x value is reached to our accuracy level, and if doesn't reach to the accuracy level, we will exchange the current x0 with the previous x value, and again we will find the function g of x0. This is what we will be doing with the entire program. Let's see step by step. So here first I am defining a function fn. Fn will evaluate the equation of g of x. So first we need to find the value of g of x and the equation g of x and substitute this g of x here. See, here we need to solve x cube plus x square minus 1. So put x cube plus x square minus 1 equal to 0. Then take the common factor outside and make the equation, rewrite the equation in the form x equal to 1 by square root of x plus 1. So our g of x will be equal to 1 by square root of x plus 1. That is, each iteration we are going to find the value of this for each x value till the accuracy meets. So here in this function I am evaluating the value of 1 by square root of x plus 1 for each x value. So return, this function returns 1 by square root of x plus 1. That is, it returns a value float, that is, it evaluates this function, this equation for each x value. Then receive the input from the user, see out, enter the initial and approximation, that is the value of x0. Then enter the prescribed accuracy, that is, in our problem we use the accuracy up to 4 decimal places. If it is up to 4 decimal places, means you need to enter the accuracy as 0.0001. That is the accuracy you need to enter for 4 decimal places. Then take the maximum number of iterations allowed, that is, if suppose a maximum number of iterations 50, up to 50 we will do the iteration. Till now, if it doesn't meet to the accuracy, we can stop the iteration. For that only we are entering the maximum iteration. You can put any value as the maximum iteration. So I'm starting a for loop. I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to maximum. That is for the maximum iteration I'm continuing this loop. Then I plus plus. Then here what I'm doing is I need to find out the function value, that is g of x value for each iteration, right? So I'm finding here x1 and passing the initial approximation x0 in the first time. So fn x0, that is it will reach there for the first x value. It will return the evaluated the function 1 by square root of x plus 1 and return its result. So x1 will be equal to the result of f of x0. Next I need to check whether my function returns a value which is of accuracy level, whether it reached the accuracy level. For that I am calculating the error value. Error value will be equal to x1 minus x0. I always need to have a positive value. For that I am using the function f absolute. F absolute will provide a positive, that is whatever is the sign of x minus x0, this function convert it into a positive value. That is error will be always equivalent to a positive value. Then here I am checking whether this difference is greater than the specified accuracy. That is, here what is happening is, say in our program g of x0 produces a value 0.81649, that was the x1, and we are finding out the x2 value, that is g of x1 will be our x2. The x2 also we got 0.71496. Here we are taking f absolute of x1 minus x0, that is previous value and the difference between the previous value and the current value, that is 0.74196 minus 0.81649. Since it is taking an absolute value, it always produces a positive value. See, I want to have an accuracy up to 4 decimal places, so I put the accuracy as 0.0001, that is 4 decimal places. If it is greater than 1 means I need to continue the iteration. Say suppose you have reached up to accuracy level, then what will happen? The difference will produce here 0, here 0, here 0, here a 0. So that will be definitely a value which is less than 0.0001. Then the iteration will get stopped. That is what happening here. So if error is greater than accuracy, I need to exchange x0 with x1, that is I need to next find g of x1, that is g of x1 means this x0 value will be replaced with the previous x1 value. That is happening here. X0 is replaced with x1, x0 will replace with x1 means here again I am calling fn of x0 means actually what will happen here, fn of function of x1 will happen because this x0 is replacing with x1 for each iteration. And say suppose I have reached the accuracy, that is whenever I reach the accuracy means the difference will be equal to 0.0. Here you will get a 0 value, here 0, here 0 and some value here you will get, but I am checking with 0.0001. Definitely this value will be a less value but this 0.0001. So you will reach to the else part when you reach an accuracy level. In else part I am C of x1, that is x1 will be your root, so C out the root is x1 and I find out this s1 after this I iterations, and I am putting a break here because now I have reached the accuracy level. Next I don't want to continue the iteration till the maximum value because I have reached the accuracy level, I have found out the root, so I can break. Whenever you put a break means the control will exit from this loop to this. Here I am checking if f equal to 0. Why I am checking f equal to 0 means I have initialized the value f equal to 0 and I am checking the value of f equal to 1 only if I have got a root. If I didn't get the root means after this maximum iteration I didn't reach to a accuracy level, that is I didn't get a root mean I have to tell the them that root does not converge after this maximum iterations. For getting that only I am taking this f value. So if f value is not changed to 1, that is f is having the initial value only, means it doesn't, control doesn't reach to this else part. That means I didn't get the correct solution. So I am putting the prompt that root does not converge and return 0. Stop. It reached to the end of your program. Hope you have understand the problem as well as the program.